Alright, we're going to have another unboxing here, and this is another item I bought on that auction last month where I made the video where I showed you guys I was bidding on the auction. Well, the thing ran for 3 days and I kind of got bored, and I ended up getting, well, we seen the Astra 300 was a pistol I bought, and I also bought a IAB Sharps 1863 carbine in a 54 caliber. And yes, everyone knows IAB, probably the ones with the most complaints and that on there. But these replica Sharps carbines, they're quite expensive. They're well over $1,500, and they're hard to find because they're very popular with the reenactors. And I just had one to go. The other gun I have is more of a sporting rifle, okay? And it's not a military gun. So let's take a look. And another thing in this auction, which I didn't realize until I got in there, well, I kind of did, but I wasn't thinking about buying a long gun. But now, if you buy a long gun from this auction company and the hammer price is over $300, they ship it in a hard case, and it costs like $20 extra. But hard cases are nice to have, especially when you go to the range. So let's see what we ended up with. Did they lie to me? Yes, they lied. It is not in a hard case. So that means I probably will not be buying from these people again, because I think I looked for the pistol. They charged about $60 in shipping for this item, which I know shipping costs are high, but not bad. Bubble wrap, we got it in here. Pretty well wrapped up and looks protected. Get this out of the way. Well, I'm going to cut these things off and then we'll unroll the paper. I ain't going to waste time. Alright, so they did a fairly good job, and they used that expensive fiber reinforced tape. I know that stuff's expensive, so I ain't going to gripe. Probably did cost them, oh wow. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Now they got plastic wrap on there. I'm going to have to try to unravel this. I'll get back to you. Okay, so they did a pretty good job of wrapping this up, even though the hammer and some other parts of it did kind of poke through. So it doesn't look like there is any damage or nothing. I kind of got to say, even though they didn't give me a hard case, you know, and maybe they would have added another $20 to the shipping charges. But, alright. There we go. And another one. I don't know what it is about these guns. People buy them and then they don't use them or something. Or I don't know if these things are like leftover inventory that never sold. Either they really clean this thing well, or this gun's never been shot. Does not look like it. Really no scratches or anything. But neat little carbine. I got my Era's Gone bullet molds, and it looks like we'll be out shooting the two of these guns together. I'll go get the stand and we'll take a closer look at it. Alright, after a close examination, this gun's been used, and you can see the wood, you know, there's some scuffs and a couple dents in that, and you can see the nipple has some fouling on it, but the bore is clean. It's in excellent condition. If it was used, it wasn't used that much, and it's a fairly nice example. I mean, the bluing's fairly good on it, a little bit of wear. Probably a reenactor carried this around. But it all looks nice, clean, very clean example. You know, the buttstock's in good shape. And everything looks really nice on this. So for what I got it for, it's not a bad deal. Let's flip it around. So you got your saddle ring and that. The stock's nice. You got some where somebody carried this around or whatever, some minor wear, scratches, but nothing horrible. Like I said, whoever had this gun took really good care of it. And then the only thing I see here is a couple defects in the blue up towards the muzzle. But looks like this went in and out of a rack or something, but nothing on the crown, nothing there. So it's not too terrible. I mean, good shape. Nice military example of the carbine. Right there. You know, the action in that looks nice and clean. The bore's nice and clean. You know, I'm going to have to take it apart like I did with the other one and inspect it. And the IBAs, there were some quality issues with them. The sporting rifle I had, you know, I think it was more the paper cartridge that I was using with the paper with the folded tail. And I think I had to clean the block out. I'll do the same with this, but I'll get the other one over here and we'll look at them side by side. Okay, there's the new carbine on the bottom, and that's the other version I had, the sporting rifle, which is basically just a civilian, not the military style gun. These guns were popular with civilian hunters because of the new technology, but they're both in the 54 caliber. I got the bullet molds for them, and much like if you watch my videos on the other rifle, it's the same thing. I'm going to take it apart, check it, clean it, and clean out the block and make sure everything's looking okay. And then I believe what I'm going to do this time, the first attempt of making the paper cartridges, I'm going to try to make more like the linen type cartridge, the tube, where it's a solid ended tube. Now there's several versions and several ways to do it. This is basically what I do in my spare time, is sit down for a day and just try to figure out how to make something that'll work. Most of the complaints about this rifle or this company, IBA, is the quality of the internal components in that. There are a lot of problems there. The Sharps system is kind of strange because its spark has to go down at an angle over into the center to light off the cartridge. A lot of people like the Pedersolis better because of the higher quality and workmanship. Both of these, I can't remember when the other one was made, but this is made in '78 and that, so it's been around a while. Somebody has fired it, so hopefully whoever was doing this kind of worked on it or got it to where it's working half right. I'm still going to have to disassemble it and check it on out and make sure there's no obstructions before I try to fire these. But it's another project. I'm going to try a different angle on the cartridges for these, and it basically looks, they're about the same. This chamber might be a tad bit shorter. I don't know. I got to remeasure them. And then probably I'll do something a little different with the carbine, maybe put some felt wads or something in there to take up the space and lower the charge, because this thing takes like 75 grains of black powder, and it's something like that in a little carbine, I don't know. So there we go, guys. Some more projects come up, something new to work on, and revive my 1863 Sharps rifle cartridge making videos. Alright, hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.